You know, under normal circumstances, I'd be questioning the logic of this whole thing. Considering last we left off, we saved out of bed, going to sleep, and now we're waking up at the nearest access point. I know it's the game set and all, but pretty inconsistent, don't you think? Whatever. You know what? I'm in too good of behavior today to complain about that sort of thing. So, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Smiling4 here, and welcome back to NieR Automata, as I'm gonna probably call it for the rest of the series, because it just feels right to me. As last time, after our little Goliath encounter, we materialized at the bunker. You know, our little hub area, if you would. It's interesting enough. And after getting our next mission, we head down here to Earth, and who knows God where, because they did not specify states or locations or whatever. They just do what they please, so I have no clue. But yeah, we came down here, did a few things, and it was overall interesting. Especially considering that nothing actually got desynced. Yeah, I'm not kidding it. None of the footage got desynced. I looked at it over and over and over again, and everything was perfect. So, I couldn't be any happier, but if you guys missed all that content, you know, and you want to get caught up, because this is the beginning of the game after all, then make sure to go check out the descriptions playlist down below. But with that said, today, before we move on to do the things we're going to do, you know how I was mentioning wondering what the next main mission was? Well, turns out leave the area once more. You get this.
Operator to 9S.
This is 9S. Go ahead.
I have an incoming message for 2B and 9S from the commander. Initiating playback. 2B, 9S. We've lost contact with several YoRHa units that were on their way to the surface. Their black boxes are online, so we presume they're still alive. We've tracked the location of their signals, so I need all YoRHa units on the surface to head over and investigate. End transmission.
So
I
yeah.
heard something about that back at the resistance camp.
Target location confirmed. I'm worried about the other androids. We should probably check this out as soon as possible.
And we will, sure enough. But before we do, first and foremost, I finally figured out how to do fishing. Yeah, if you just hold down the circle button while in the middle of water anywhere, here you go. And we can just move the cursor here. We'll press X to cast the thing, and it lands in the water. And you can reel it in.
Report failed.
I don't know how it works. Maybe when we get to places that actually have fish, it can work.
Complete.
Yeah, little main thing I show off right there real quick. And also, in addition to the quest from earlier, you know, I brought you guys off my back before I forget. So, here's the thing. I did do grinding off screen, as I did, but here's the other thing. Because of that, I would have had to skip that little cutscene we had earlier. So, I'm actually loading up the end of the last session save file before I did my grinding. To kind of show off the things that I accidentally got off screen that I didn't realize were kind of main story stuff. So yeah, first there's that, the little briefing of MIA, find the missing YoRHa units, which are coincidentally right next to us. Yeah, right over here. Don't worry, we'll get over there real quick. But first thing is foremost, remember that mission about the certain item things that we need to collect, you know, for an enemy and such? Well, come over this way. Prepare my laser beam, and get yourselves an ambush! But they're no threat, because, you know, they're robots. One charge shot can practically kill them. Ow. Yep. Ow, you jerk. I could have sworn I targeted someone else! Come on! Die! I think this is all we need anyway. See a small gear, cool. And a broken key. And now! guess maybe when we collect everything in here. Where's everything else? Yeah, here we go.
Operator 60 to 2B. Looks like you found all the necessary parts to improve our network environment. Nice work. You can conclude your mission by bringing everything over to Anemone.
Which I'll do right away. But by doing that, I'm gonna go access my other save file and give you guys a chance to see, I spent with grinding. So we'll go over to load like usual. Check it out, people. A whole, roughly 5 hours, 4 hours technically speaking, just on grinding. And, as you expect, we didn't get too far, but we did get quite a lot in terms of, good old money. So, let's go load up the, actual save file I want to go onto, and get started. Because another thing is that in that save file, I also managed to do a bit of button configuration, something a little more familiar to me. And I'll show that off once we get there too. But yeah, here we go, loading, booting the system, commencing system check, memory unit green, initial tactics log, loading geographics data, vitals green, remaining MP 100%, black box temperature is normal, then yeah, we get all this. And now a more appropriate load up. Okay. So welcome to 4 hours in the future, where we are now. Wait for it. Level 10, with all this funding, almost 20k in Gil. But that's not all we technically got. If we go over to our skill set, you know, our plugin chips and such, look how significant our size has changed, our storage units. We now have up to 88 spots when it comes to chips. And oh, Lord is it glorious. So, if we go over to customize, check out all our chips, here's the new things that I have equipped. Shockwave +2. I don't know how I got that. Just adds a shockwave to weapon attacks. Just the basic of it, not the slide version. Counter 1, which I'm glad that this is actually a thing. Counter an enemy attack and send back 10% of incoming damage, and counter of itself. If you're rushing into an enemy, you also count it as evading, which I kind of was trying to do earlier, but it didn't work. Not sure why. But that's why, because it's its own thing. But yeah, you can evade, you can dodge the enemy, dash right into them, counter, and then just hit them, dealing 10% of incoming damage. And then we have max HP up to, of course, Deadly Heal, recover 10% of HP for every enemy defeated, and Deadly Heal +2, so recover 30% of HP to every enemy defeated. Evade range up, moving speed up +1, and taunt up +1. Taunt raises player and enemy attack power to 200%. And from what I hear, or what the game just demonstrates to me, is that the way to trigger this is by mashing the left side of the little touchpad repeatedly while in combat. Don't know if it actually works, because I've tried multiple times when fighting, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's where all the money went when it came down to the grinding, and why I don't have as much as you think I would have. Level 10, got all these stats, all this amazing stuff. And with that, there's also something I wanted to show off that I didn't even notice before, or at least didn't try to do before. So we go to the main shop owner, like so. We have Fuse plugin chips. At first I thought this was some kind of weapon upgrade system, but I'm close. So we can select chips and kind of upgrade things, I assume. So let's say take the Shockwave +2. Wait. Oh, just upgrade the thing in general. Okay. That's a good thing. Nope. That's interesting to remember. In that case, I should upgrade that, but I don't waste all my money on that, so no thank you. Instead, I want to go back to this. The maintenance shop. And not buy myself some storage, because I don't have enough for the next one. Not yet. But rather, I'm going to buy one of these abilities. We already got the R010 laser, which has been heavenly. But there's other few things I've noticed that are pretty cool. Like the Mirage. Analyzes all enemies in a fixed radius, allowing combatants to deliver a series of deadly slashes to all who are caught within. I'm trying to remember what this reminds me of. It's some kind of thing. I think it's, I actually think it is Final Fantasy 15. Oh yeah, with Ignis, when he does his little knife trick. Hits multiple enemies, and the Noctis just teleports to each of the knives, dealing a certain amount of damage. So kind of like that. Then we have R30 Hammer, from the massive energy that unleashes a devastating blow upon its target. Basically a more improved laser. The one I'm interested in the most, though, is the blade. It spins a pod around the player at high speed, wreaking havoc on any enemy that touches. How long it lasts, it doesn't say, but that's pretty helpful. You also got your R50 Spear, producing massive energy that's brought from the ground in the shape of deadly spears. Kind of like a Mind Square, or a Mind Shield. Speaking of which, Shield, P-Shield, deploys a protective barrier that blocks melee attacks, and then we got an M-Shield, deploys a protective barrier that blocks projectile attacks. That I'll probably get later, but not for now. I want the blade, man. Cha-ching! And can I upgrade my pod? I can, but I don't have the necessary items for it. I need to get myself some mushrooms, pure water, natural rubber, and power-up parts. I got plenty of tree seeds, I just don't have everything else. Lovely. So now... Yeah, come back anytime. So now I imagine... we just go over to... pod programs? Yeah, here we go. Blade! Thank you indeed. And while we're here, let's show off the actual controls this time around. So this is the basic set that we've been using so far. It's been alright, but kind of hard to get used to. So, here's what I've got for my custom set, which is in use right now. Basically, the only things I've changed are, well, for starters, my light attack is my X button, it's circle to jump, square to actually do actions, R3 allows me to use items, and I can use shortcuts with L3. And everything else is pretty much the same. Oh, and there's also the, these things, because this is weird. Apparently you can have a toggle flashlight right here. And, you know, this was obviously reset camera, but since both of them were things I'll probably rarely use, I decided to put them here on the touchpad, the thing that I probably will touch the least. So we got toggle light, reset camera, system menu, and self-destruct, and so forth. But yeah, so then I got switch pod weapons here to make it feel more realistic, make it feel more Kingdom Hearts-esque, and that's pretty much all you need to know. After that, let me show this off. So yeah, there's that, cool. But, if we press the L3 button in this case, we get ourselves a quick thing. We're at time freeze, and we can actually use things at once instead of having to, you know, do it in the middle of battle, which can be very frightening. Including changing our equipment. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. So, thank you, game. Thank you for showing me this feature. But yeah, that's really about all I wanted to show off. Just kind of the stuff that I learned off screen. And I think that's about it. And now for this. Anemone. Here's something that I believe you were looking for. I heard about this from the bunker. These are the parts we need for our network structure, right? Thanks for bringing them over. So much, but I have a word for you. Oh, but don't tell the commander. It's probably against regulations. Ooh, we got 5 simple gadgets, 3 medium recoveries, 3,000 gold, and 320 EXP. And then improving communications has been completed. Hallelujah! Yeah, I guess one other thing to mention... Oh, hold on.
2B to Operator 6-0. Material handover complete.
Copy that. Good work.
I see the commander's as much of a slave driver as ever. It's like she was built to be as efficient and hard-assed as possible.
Oh, she's not so bad.
Are you serious?
Totally serious. The commander actually lets a lot of things slide on the side. Like, did you know that she leaves piles of clothes strewn everywhere? The cleaning team is so sick of it. Oh, and she never performs regular maintenance on herself. A lot of the hard-ass nature you mention is just for show.
How do you know all this?
I can't tell you that. Operator 6-0, out.
What the heck is all that about?
Or not. Is that it? Okay. In terms of actually grinding stuff, well, you know how I was mentioning earlier as a joke, you know, you shouldn't be poaching animals because of how wrong it is? Well, I've been going against my own philosophy. In this game, you should poach animals because they drop some of the best-selling items in the market. Especially. Yeah, I think it's in here, maybe? No, this is... I know it is in here. Especially the boars. Meat procured from boar can be exchanged for money. Moose meat, in contrast, this stuff sells for 500 gold. Boar meat, or maybe it's 5,000, I don't know. This thing, though, sells for 1,000 or 10,000. I can't remember which one. Probably 1,000, because I'd probably have more of the storage in that case. But yeah, it sells for a lot. And then there's freaking white moose meat, which sells for 1,500. That I know for certain. It's rare to find the thing and actually get the meat itself, but goddamn, is it good for selling for money, 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 money. So yeah, just poach the animals, come back here and sleep, and rinse and repeat for a couple hours, and you'll be in the gold mine. That's what I recommend, but not all the time. Again, it is kind of cruel. But anyway, now we actually move on. Let's get going. And now I know the computer can handle the actual running without crashing. I'll just keep going freely. Oh, first let's grab this, oh yeah, I remember this body. I've got this one multiple times, weirdly enough. Truth, or Radiant_Wolf. A double-crossing android saw all companions below dark skies. You pray for truth, yes, yes. And we'll retrieve. I think he's got quite a few good things on him. Yeah, get the gold, as well as overclock weapon attack and moving speed up, +1. Also, as a bit of a minor thing, I actually did die for the first time off screen. And yeah, like the game tells you, or like I told you, it works similar to that Dark Souls. You know, you die, you go back and retrieve everything. If you die a time after that without grabbing everything, it all disappears. Fortunately, though, there's no autosave, so you don't. So if you really, really are paranoid about that, just quit the game, load it back up. All safe and sound. Nothing saves, to my knowledge. But maybe test it out just to be safe. Just be doubly sure. And when you do it, you actually get yourself the Circle of Death, a trophy, I think it was called. Or Circle of Life. Here, well, let's go back here. And you appreciate my nice little theme here? It's all NieR based. Ooh, I need to plug in that controller. I just remember that. Yeah, trophies. Right over here. It's a healthy baby boy. Where is it? In the Circle of Death. Have your body collected. And there's an achievement for collecting it 100 times. God damn. That is amazing. That is... Ooh. Oh, I pray I don't die that much, otherwise I will feel ashamed of myself. I really will. Yeah, let me plug in my controller real quick, save myself some trouble. Come on. And then should show it is plugged in. Yes, there we go. Alright. Moving out. And one more final thing. Because I know I've said this a million times, like this will be the last thing, but one other thing. Now I was curious about the whole quick saving feature. You know, how you have two features for saving and quick saving. As long as it has the same thing, an access point nearby, you can do either one. Well, it turns out the way it works is kind of clever, and not what you think it is. So quick saving in general, like it's literally that in this case. You actually just save it to the file you're currently using. And that's it. You can just load anytime, anywhere. It doesn't get overwritten or anything. It's just there's a save keeper. Whereas with the actual main save feature, you actually just save, to a specific file. So it's a good way of keeping things organized without, being too repetitive. Very helpful.